Hi, we have had a very busy weekend. This weekend there's a lot for us to cover. There has been military drills around Taiwan. Biden has made alliance with South Korea and Japan. Also, there's a lot of things happening in the market. BTC continue to have a possible support around 27K. So let's get into the video of today. Hi, welcome to Crypto Vagabonds YouTube channel. In this channel, we talk about cryptocurrencies, geopolitics, microfinance, and everything else that may affect the performance of your favorite crypto asset. If you do like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. Now let's get into today's video. Right now, the main headline is how Ukraine got F-16. Let's go straight into the article. And because there's too many articles today, I'm gonna just briefly comment and give my opinion on each article. So the article here is Ukraine got F-16s from NATO with Denmark pledging another 19. Now those F-16s has been a long wait on the side of Ukraine, and I think the West was not giving or providing those for many reasons. Retaliation with Russia. Russia has said many times F-16 is a line that the West should not cross, and apparently NATO is not afraid of crossing that line. But the thing is, it is good news on one front, but there's other things besides the good news. One is F-16s are not an automobile. You cannot just provide F-16s and everything's going to be fine. The Ukrainian pilots will be able to pilot their plane. Now, they have received two kinds of information. I'm not sure which one is more accurate. So some information say that they have already been trained from before, and some says that they have not been fully trained. The thing is, even if they have been trained from before, it is not, again, an automobile. You just don't learn how to pilot and go to proper war engagement with them. And the fact that those F-16 has been given now makes me believe that this war will go until next year, or at least to the second half of next year, because very soon Ukraine is going to be receiving the wet season. There's going to be a lot of rain, a lot of mud, and that means they expect the war to go for much longer. Now, besides receiving the F-16, there's another thing happening, which is the US intelligence says that Ukraine will fail to meet offensive's key goal. I have made a video about what needs to happen on the counteroffensive, and I also made a video predicting that would not be as easy. Use link above. And here we have it. The US intelligence community access that Ukraine counteroffensive will fail to reach the key southeastern city of Melitopol. The thing is, if they reach Melitopol, they will be able to cut connections from Russia to Crimea. You can see the map here. So basically the idea is on the counteroffensive to reach this city. You can see it's a very far distance. This is all water and has been very little progress here. Now, if they get here, they can cut this highway that gives access to Crimea, which is how Russia gives supply and keeps connected to Crimea. You see, it's a very big distance. I don't think it's going to be easy for them to reacquire that territory. And because of that, Biden is receiving a lot of pressure from the American Congress and American population of how much money is being given to Ukraine with very little to show. And Zelensky is noticing that, and he's already traveling and looking for other countries to help Ukraine individually. So he's already talking to Sweden, and he will go visit more countries, getting a commitment from each individual country, not just from NATO. Now, Biden has gone to Camp David to make alliance with other countries, South Korea and Japan. We can see here, China launches military drills around Taiwan as US wraps up landmark summit with South Korea and Japan. Not only that, they are also having drills, just conclude drills with Russia. As US looks for more alliance on Asia, what that's causing is a strengthening of the alliance between China and Russia. As you can see here, Russia just announced that the drills with China has ended. They were making drills on the Pacific Ocean. The navies of Russia and China have completed joint patrol exercises in the Pacific Ocean. And of course, those exercises because Russia and China are foreseeing a possible conflict with the US. Now, China is not only strengthening their alliance with Russia, China also is taking territory, diplomatic territory, which used to belong to the US. You can see here, the Saudi Crown Prince meets Iran Foreign Minister as relations thought. The thing is, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, no one would think that such conversation or such meeting would be possible. And no one would be able to predict that this meeting would be organized under the influence of China. Now, besides Asia, let's look what's happening in Africa. Niger, West African military force ready to go. I remember making videos about this in this channel, link above to you guys. So the thing is, there is an alliance or commitment from the West African countries to put an end on the coup d'etat that has happened in Niger. And of course, they want to take Niger and put back into the ledger of the West. The thing is, even if they do that, that's going to cause a massive conflict between African countries because the population in Niger are divided. It's not just a matter of putting a new leader. The population of the country also have to agree. And I see a lot of division, people protesting and people shouting that they want France and the West to be out and they want to strengthen their alliance with Russia. And this will end on a second conflict, at least in my view, between socialism or communism and capitalism as we had during the Cold War. Now, of course, with the end of Cold War, most of us European countries and countries on the Northern Hemisphere, Africa and South America was not part of that conflict. And it seems like that conflict would now be taken on the south part of the globe, Africa and South America. Now, I have talked many times in this channel how I believe that we are close to a possible nuclear war. And of course, people do not believe me. Today, I want to show to you guys a way to measure this. There is a clock called the Doomsday Clock. The way this clock works is the following. The closer it gets to midnight, the closer we are to a doomsday or to a nuclear disaster. And you can see here, the clock's original setting in 1947 was 7 minutes to midnight. It has since been backed 8 times and forward 17 times for a total of 25. The furthest time from midnight was 17 minutes in 1991. And the nearest is the 90 seconds set in January 24, 2023. So this conflict have caused this clock to come as close as it can possibly be to the midnight or to the nuclear disaster. So it's not just me who thinks this. People who organize other ways to measure agree with me on this as well. You can see here, 1947, 7 minutes to midnight, and so on, 1949. What I find surprising though is in the 60s with the missile crisis, the time has not changed. As you can see here, 53, 1960, and 63, it actually got further from the midnight. I'm surprised that people did not adjust this clock closer on the missile crisis. But the point is, right now, you can see here, in 2020, it was set to 23:58:20 or 100 seconds to midnight. Now in 2023, it was set to just 90 seconds to midnight. And that says here, that is due largely, but not exclusively, to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So what does it mean? Largely, but not exclusively. It means they're counting other points and other geographic locations where frictions are escalating. So this is, I know it's not good news, but it is something that we need to be aware of. Now, that was for the geopolitical space. Let's look into the crypto market. Now, I find really incredible that I have been talking this channel for the longest time, that I see a lot of deflationary pressure. And you see it here, Bitcoin support levels to watch as BTC price aims at 28K. So they're talking about a 28K possible support. Now, that was on August 17. Today, as I shoot this video, Monday 21st, just 4 days later, we see it here. Bitcoin price is on the way to Bearadise. They are now expecting 20K. They're expecting Bitcoin price to go back to 20K. And I honestly agree with this. At least that's my view. What is your view? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, other things happening here. Friend.tech generate over 1 million fees in 24 hours, surpassing Uniswap and Bitcoin networks. Now, you may not know what this is. Let's go into the article. You can see here, Friend.tech, a recently released decentralized social media or DSO network, has generated over 1 million in fees on the past 24 hours on August 19, overperforming established players in the crypto ecosystem, including Uniswap and the Bitcoin network. Now, what does it mean? It is a social media decentralized, but what I found incredible is that this social media is on a chain called Base. And we can see here, it is built on Coinbase Layer 2 Base. Now, if you do not know what Base is, let's find out that here. So, what is Base? Base is pretty much a private blockchain that belongs to Coinbase in the same way that the Binance Smart Chain belongs to Binance or Cronos belongs to Crypto.com. So, you can see here on the DeFi Llama, you're going to be able to see all the blockchains, Ethereum being the first, Tron, Binance Smart Chain, Arbitrum, and you're going to see that we have Cronos here, which also is another private chain belonging to Crypto.com, and then you have here Cardano number 13, and Base had pretty much surpassed Cardano. You can see Base has right now just almost reaching 180 million locked. It is quite possible that by the time you watch this video, the number is already 180 million locked. And with this, I wrap up this video. So my question to you is, did you know about the Doomsday Clock, and do you agree with the time that is set for? Also, please let me know what are your views on Bitcoin price. I still believe that there's a lot of deflationary pressure. Now, my question to you is, what are your views? Do you think it will go further down or continue to go up? Please let me know in the comments below. This is it for today. See you guys on the next video.